Set against the stunning yet unforgiving backdrop of the Canadian wilderness, the story begins with Sophie and Nolan retreating to her family's isolated cabin for a much-needed escape. Nolan, an aspiring writer with a desire to connect more deeply with nature, decides to take up hunting as part of research for an article. To assist him, Sophie invites Kyle, an experienced outdoorsman and her lifelong friend, to teach Nolan the ropes. However, tensions simmer as Nolan senses an undercurrent of unresolved feelings between Sophie and Kyle, remnants of a brief romantic encounter they shared during their teenage years. What begins as a friendly reunion quickly turns into a subtle rivalry, as insecurities and jealousy bubble to the surface. The story takes a harrowing turn when the three venture into the forest. While hunting, Kyle and Nolan are attacked by a relentless pack of wolves. The wolves, portrayed with terrifying realism, using a blend of practical effects and expert cinematography, become a powerful metaphor for nature's unforgiving and primal side. In the chaos of the attack, Nolan is gravely injured, and Kyle faces an impossible decision. Fear overwhelms him, and he leaves Nolan behind, fleeing back to the cabin to inform Sophie of the tragedy. Sophie, torn between grief and fury, confronts Kyle about his decision to abandon Nolan. Her trust in him is shattered, but she refuses to accept the loss of her fiancé. Determined to save Nolan, Sophie arms herself and ventures alone into the vast, perilous wilderness. Drawing on the hunting skills she learned in her youth, she faces not only the physical threat of the wolves, but also the emotional toll of betrayal and the weight of her own survival instincts. The film expertly weaves the external terror of the predatory wolves with the internal dynamics of its characters. As Sophie braves the elements and the danger, she also grapples with feelings of betrayal, guilt, and love. The wolves, lurking at the edges of every frame, serve as both a literal and symbolic threat, a reminder of the primal fears and instincts that reside within all of us.